How's it going, everybody? Jay Luxin here. Day 16 of the impeachment of the Vice President. Let's do it. Okay, hostile witness. Let's talk about it. What does it mean? Ano ba tong hostile witness na sinasabi kanina? So, hostile witness or unwilling witness, basically kasi meron siyang, she might, okay, not saying she does, but she might have an adverse interest when it comes to the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte. Basically, to make it simple, she is probably not going to be helpful for the prosecution kasi she might be pro-Sara, kaya naging hostile witness siya. So, ang kailangan gawin ng prosecution kanina was to qualify her as the hostile witness. So, ano mangyayari pag hostile witness ka or unwilling witness ka? Ibig sabihin nun, si Ligutan or ang prosecution can use leading questions para to portray the narrative that, you know, they want to portray to the people that are watching or sa mga senator judges. However, hindi pa rin pwede yung misleading questions. Does that make sense? So, isa sa naging basehan bakit naging hostile siya is because, of course, she doesn't want Sara to be impeached kasi terminus employee siya. Ibig sabihin nun, pag natanggal si Sara, tanggal din siya sa trabaho niya. So, you know, yun yung basically biggest indicator na she is or she was ang tawag nun, hostile witness for the prosecution. So, sa simula pa lang, gustong questionin ni Ligutan yung witness natin, si Gina Acosta, about the confidential fund of Davao City. However, ang defense objected because we are impeaching Sara as vice president. If you want to talk about the confidential fund of Davao, that's when she was a mayor of the city, not vice president. So it shouldn't be, you know, it's not relevant to the case basically. But Cheese Escudero allowed it just so we can, or just so the prosecution can follow patterns of behavior. Basically, in layman's term, basically what they're trying to say is gusto nilang makita if ginagawa ni Sara yung paglustay ng confidential fund nung mayor pa siya ng Davao. That means that she could also be possibly doing it as the Vice President of the Philippines. So si Miss Gina Acosta, yung witness natin kanina, she is the project account officer and siya rin yung nag-prepare ng PFP o yung physical financial program ba yun or project. Pero according to Miss Gina Acosta, nung nag-prepare siya ng PFP, she did it with the input of Colonel Lachica. Kasi nga, si Acosta is just the disbursement personnel, right? Si Colonel Lachica naman is the person on the ground who's been doing the surveillance and who's in contact with all of the confidential employees that are doing surveillance work. So therefore, yung information input ni Colonel Lachica is very important to Gina Acosta so she can put it on that program and that document that they're going to submit to joint circular for audit. So Ligutan was trying to point out na okay, nakalagay dito sa document na sinumite ng OVP is, ano ba yan? Good governance program. And then that's it. Walang naka-enumerate na exact things where the money went. And then according to Gina Acosta naman, itong good governance program and everything that's on the document, it was still just a plan. Hindi pa siya na-i-implement. So, plano pa lang siya. So basically, kinlarify ni Cheese to eh. Sabi niya, okay, so sa joint circular, walang nakalagay doon na pag you're coming up with a plan, naka-enumerate na dapat yung anong pagkagagastosan ng pera. Pero when you're submitting your documents for audit to the joint circular, doon kailangan naka-enumerate kung ano yung pinagkagastosan ng pera. And Ms. Gina Acosta said, yes, basically that's how it is. So what the prosecution lawyer was trying to do was say na, okay, but hindi nakalagay dito, naka-enumerate dito sa plan yung anong pagkakagasto ng pera. and making it look like, oh, may ginagawa talaga si Sarah. But Jesus Cordero basically just clarified it. No, no, no. Joint Circular didn't say na if you submit the plan, you should enumerate everything. Enumeration is dun na lang sa pag-submit na ng documents for audit, not the plan. Yung tapos na talaga, yung may proof of proof of success na, doon na dapat naka-enumerate lahat. So kinlaro yan ni Ms. Gina Acosta na, sir, itong libreng sakay, gamot, tree planting, hindi po yan yung pinagkagastusan ng pera. As we've been saying this the past days now, hindi po yan yung pinagkagastusan ng pera. Yan po ang resulta nung surveillance work na ginawa ni Colonel Lachica at ng team niya na pinagkagastusan ng confidential fund. Kasi kinailangan nilang alamin kung safe ba kung itatransport doon ang gamot, safe ba kung itatransport namin yung patients from bundok down to the city para ma-hospital. Yun yung mga surveillance na ginawa namin. Doon kami nag-succeed. Ito naka-enumerate dito is proof of success na parang, yes, nagawa namin ito lahat dahil ginawa namin yung surveillance work na to using the confidential fund money. Make sense? Pero kinu-question talaga ni prosecution lawyer na, pero di ba ikaw yung disbursement agent, dapat ikaw ang gumagastos nito. Sabi, in-explain naman ni Acosta na, hindi po, sir, ako ang nagdi-disperse ng pera. Pero when it comes to spending the money, saan napupunta yung pera? Si Colonel Lachica po, kasi siya yung on the ground Siya yung nakakaalam kung ano yung dapat pagkagastusan ng pera, ano yung mga ginagawa ng mga confidential agent namin. And then siya rin, wala siyang security clearance na malaman sino yung mga agent na yun. Kasi ganito, pag wala siyang security agent, tapos nalaman niya sino-sino yung mga confidential agent na, nasa field ni Colonel Lachica, paano kung tauhan siya ng somebody from, outside of the OVP na may masamang balak? Di pwedeng tsugi yung mga confidential officers, di ba? Ang hirap anong pangalan nito? Attorney Ligutan. Ang hirap paintindihin. Paulit-ulit na yung explanation ni Acosta na hindi po. Yes, ako nagdi-disburse pero binibigay po yan kay Colonel Lachica kasi siya nakakaalam kung sino yung mga agents na kailangan namin pagkagastusan para mag-gather yung surveillance information, confidential work before namin matrabaho tong lahat ng mga project of the Office of the Vice President. Kasi nga, they're trying to drive a narrative na hindi. Talaga, dapat may mali dito. Hindi naman it's very clear na I'm just a disbursement agent. Ito si Colonel Lachica, nakakaalam kung ano nangyayari on the ground. He's the expert there. And then, may utos from Vice President Saran, ibigay sa kanyang pera para we can do the purchase of information, maka-surveillance kami, maka-stakeout kami, or sila, diba? So, kay Colonel Lachica yun. Ewan ko, nakakalibog. Huy, Diyos mio. Ito yung, dito yung part during the proceeding that I thought, man, prosecution is really trying to drive a narrative here. Kasi, pinipilit niligutan na minadali yung pag-re-encash ng pera. Sabi niya, itong mga cheque, pumasok ng ganito na date, in-encash lahat on the same date, 125 million. And then si Acosta naman sabi, yes, opo. Pero you have to understand, hindi naka-indicate sa joint circular and regulation na dapat ang confidential fund should be spent, in a certain number of days. Walang nakalagay na ganun. It's up to the OVP kung kailan nila or ilang araw nila gusto gastusin yung pera. Pero si Ligutan was trying to drive a narrative na napakabilis naman ng labas ng pera. Ito pa, sinabi niya, paglabas ng pera, dinala sa back room. Tapos itong si Miss Gina Acosta, nalibog na naman. Sabi niya, bathroom, ewan ko po. Hindi po, back room sa likod, di ba? And Gina Acosta just plainly answered, hindi po. Nasa likod lang po ng teller, open space po, nakikita ng lahat. So, yung narrative that Ligutan was trying to drive na very secretive, nilabas lahat ng pera na mabilisan, fast-tracked, and then dinala sa back room, it failed. Kasi Acosta just under oath said, hindi po. Andyan lang po, sa likod ng teller, open space. So you can see sa face ni Ligutan na he's just getting frustrated here. Kasi nga, hindi niya ma-drive yung narrative na gusto niyang i-drive. So yun, hanggang dun pa lang tayo. Merong cross, I think, tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be much more explosive. But today, same question, same narrative, same paikot-ikot na fast-track yung pag-withdraw, dinala sa backroom, yung disbursement agent, dapat siya ang gumagastos, pero actually si Colonel Lachica ang may alam. So tomorrow we're gonna find out more when the defense does their cross. But so far today, I think nothing came out of it except na nalibog si Miss Gina Acosta. Keep an open mind. Let's wait for tomorrow and hope for, really good cross from the defense. Okay? Let's be better Pinoys.